guys, it's Bex here. It's another Workout Wednesday. A few days ago I gave you a tutorial on a little yoga pose that I was trying out myself, and I got a lot of comments like, whoa, my hips totally don't do that. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to warm up our hips with a little bit of a hip opener. Easy stuff, basic yoga poses that I use just to get warmed up and to open up my hips. And we're going to go ahead and start in plank, which is totally easy, something we all can do. Make sure that your shoulders are over your wrists or just beyond your wrists, and your body is nice and long, like pointing like an arrow from the crown of your head all the way down through your heels. And then shift everything back for down dog. Easy here, and then we're just going to keep rolling back and forth just to warm up a bit. Get our heart beating. Nothing too complicated. Don't worry about doing anything perfectly here. We're just moving. And then once we're back in down dog, you can go ahead and start by lifting your right foot up and back, keeping your hips square, not collapsing your belly, pulling that belly button in towards your spine. And then we're going to round everything to the front, dropping your feet right in between your hands, coming into a lunge. And then with your inhale, go ahead and lift your whole body up, straightening the front leg, hands overhead. And then going back down. Now you're going to feel a nice opening right here in your left hip, the front. So it's going to be opening up the hip flexors. And then as we come up, it's just giving them some relief. And then going back down, maybe try a little bit deeper. Make sure that your knee doesn't go beyond your toes here. And then just continue to come up and go down. Whatever number of times you do this, make sure you do it the same amount on the other side, so that you're nice and even, you're not stretching out one side more than the other. And when you've had enough of that, we're going to go exhale down, surrounding the foot, and then reach the foot back to plank. Then lift the hips up to down dog. Go ahead with the other side, so it's left foot up and back, toes flex towards your head, pointing to the floor. And then exhale, bringing everything through to the front of your mat once again. And we're in this lunge. Bring it up with the inhale and exhale down. The exhale is going to provide enough space for you to really get this stretch. Don't force it by shoving your body down. You don't want to do that. Just till you reach that edge with that front hip. Now we're on the right side. Stop and then inhale back up. So you're nice and strong. The knee is lifted in the back. Keeping that heel driving back behind you. And then when we're all done with that, we're going to go ahead and exhale and surround the foot. Now I want you to drop that back knee, untuck the toes, and then inhale up. And we're going to just push it just a little bit more. So this time, because you're supported with your knee, you can go beyond the toes a little bit. If that happens for you, don't worry about it. That's totally okay. So resting your hands on your knee, keeping yourself up nice and tall. Just breathe into that stretch. Inhale, lift yourself up a bit, and then exhale just a little bit more. Again, feeling that opening in the front of the hip. My cat's walking through. I don't know if you saw her. And once we've had enough of that, go ahead and plant your hands, untuck your toes, reach this foot back, your left foot, and then we're coming up with the right foot now. Same thing, drop the left knee down, untuck the toes, and work yourself into that stretch. You're balanced here, you're staying nice and tall, crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling, feeling that opening in the hips. And now that we're feeling a little bit more open here, plant your hands, reach back to plank, lift your hips to down dog, inhale the right leg up and back. This time I want you to stack your heels to the sides, and then bend your knee so that your foot is falling behind you. Maybe you can see your foot under your armpit. So opening up the front of the hips here. I'll show it to you from the other side. Release out of that the same way you got down or in. Point the toes down, release to down dog. Inhale the left leg up. Then we're going to stack the hips, Point the foot, drop the knee back, bending at the knee, looking behind you to see your toes. See I'm nice and flat through the front here. The hips are open wide. Again, straighten the leg, square the hips, point the toes, bring down to down dog. And then we're going to try something different. So we're going to walk our feet up to our hands. Inhale all the way up to stand. Whoop. Hands overhead. And I'm going to turn just so you can see this better. Widen your feet to wider than hips distance apart. And then slowly exhale down, bringing your hands to heart center, thumbs to sternum. Place your elbows inside your knees and go ahead and push out to the sides. Just a gentle push. We're not forcing ourselves beyond our limits. Everybody is totally different. If you can't do it, that's cool. Just go wherever you can. So just a slight little widening with the elbows. Remembering to breathe. Open the collarbone. Roll the shoulders back and down. Totally easy here. Just sit here for a moment. If we were trying to strengthen our legs, we'd be up a little bit higher, but just see how far you can go with this. This is a great hip opener. And then when we're all done with that, we're just going to reach behind, find our seat, nice and easy on our mat or on the floor. Just make sure that you're protecting your hiney here. Open your legs nice and wide. If you want a little more room, you could place one hand in front, one hand in back, and just scoot yourself up. Still early, so I'm not completely warm yet. Sometimes I can go much wider, sometimes not at all. Every day is going to be different, so don't judge yourself on that. Wherever you can go is cool. And then we're going to simply take the right arm first, but I'll do it this side so I match it with you. Right arm first, place it inside the right leg. Look over your left shoulder, reach your left arm out. Twist at the shoulder, so we're rolling our shoulder back. So we see the inside of our elbow and our palm is facing up towards the ceiling. And then go ahead and lift up and over your ear. So the top of your arm is up over your ear and you're reaching out to the side. Sometimes you can get all the way to your toe. Just make sure that where's my tap? Make sure that your chest is still shining up towards the ceiling. Rolling that shoulder back. Keeping your high knee planted firm on the floor. Legs are engaged, toes flexed back towards your face. And then slowly inhale out of that to release. And we're going to try it on the other side. So now it's the left arm down by the left leg, inside of the left leg. Maybe you want to grab your toe here to provide that extra pressure to really push out. Look over at the arm, rotate the shoulder back, palm facing up, and then go ahead and reach over. Again, maybe you can grab your foot. Maybe you'll be up here. It's all good. Make sure that you're keeping length on both sides of your torso, so we're not curling down. Really shoot out with the crown of the head, like an arrow. And then reach up and over. You're going to feel big opening here in your side, and again, your hips are opening more and more. Inhale out of that, and we're going to draw our feet together nice and easy so that the soles of our feet are touching each other. And rest comfortably here. If your legs are up like this, that's cool. Sometimes you can put something under, like blocks to support. But wherever they go is fine with me, so it should be fine with you too. Inhale your shoulders up and then down your back. And we're going to inhale our hands up overhead. And then focusing on length and not curling over, I just want you to exhale forward, hinging at the hips. Crown of the head is shining. And then once you've reached your limit, place your hands down. And then maybe you want to go ahead and curl down. Breathe into this. Let your exhales create space. And then as carefully as you went down, I want you to inhale yourself back up, crawling your fingers up. Go ahead and draw the knees in carefully, give them a hug, and your hip should feel pretty good. And then another hip opener that you can do from here is, or in your practice that this could help with, is something like Pigeon Pose, where you're going to have your hips completely open, and this should feel good now. Never to start with, but after you've done something like that, this should feel much better, so that you can really get in there. So I hope this helps. Let me know how it worked for you, and I will see you next week with another workout or yoga routine.